please. Yes, have a seat.
Welcome back, Usain. Nice to see you again.
Thank you very much.
And relax. Listen, I'm sorry that we cannot offer you the same introduction that you had in Moscow from Mother Nature. I mean, Usain, what was it like when the heavens opened and you had all of these lightning bolts coming down for you?
When we were in the warm-up area, I remember we were in the tent and we heard the lightning started and the tent was shaking and we were like, this race is going to be postponed. But it kept up. When we got out there, it started to rain and it was okay. I've ran in rain a couple of times in Europe and in London, so it wasn't anything new. So after the race, the photographer came to me and was like, yo, I got a picture, an awesome picture of you with a lightning bolt, and he was showing it to me, so it was awesome though.
But that's the thing, because journalists forever have had a field day with your surname, haven't they? But this was Mother Nature, haven't it?
Exactly, it just worked out.
Now, we can't guarantee that Scotland in summer 2014 will be able to provide the same sort of entrance, but people in Glasgow will be on the edge of their seats wanting to know, will you compete in the Commonwealth Games next summer?
It's something that I want to do. I've said it to my coach, but my coach decides where I run or if I run in Glasgow. But I personally would like to go, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Have you been to Glasgow?
No,
it's lovely. You should go. Do it.
We've got to forward this. This is what we hope the stadium will look like. Here you go. Look. So I mean, I guess to you, a lot of stadiums look quite similar. But I mean, would you be were you happy with that? Any tweaks you'd like to see made before you turn up?
No, it's okay. It looks good so far.
All right, brilliant, very good.
And so, I mean, obviously you're very relaxed now. You've had the season's kind of over for you. What do you do at this time of year? You
just chill, really. I play a lot more video games now.
Video games?
Yeah.
You're into DJing as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you done quite a lot over the summer?
When I'm in Europe, I DJ a lot. When I go to the meets, the promoters always want me to come to maybe after party or maybe DJ for the VIPs or something. So I do a lot when I'm in Europe. And
I guess your diet changes quite a little bit this time of year as well, because I'm talking about this. Now, you say we've heard of your love of yam. Here we go. And what makes this so good? There you go, Brian. Have a look at that.
For me, I think when I was growing up, if there's one thing we weren't short of in my house was yams. Because my father is a farmer also. Okay. So we always have yams. If we're out of meat or everything else, yams are always there. So it's just something I've always grown up on. And
Brian, can you tell us the nutritional values of yams?
There's a professor in Jamaica did a study actually to see why Jamaicans are basically the best 100 metres runners in the world, always have it. Right? And it did turn out that yams apparently are extremely good for athletes, all sorts of great properties, you know, the right kind of calories.
Good
so that was a study.
Right.
I've got written here 28 grams of carbohydrates per 100 gram of yam.
That doesn't mean anything to me, right?
Whatever the thing is, I've been putting this theory to the test, you said. You're going to love this. I've been finding out if it is the secret for Jamaican runners, because it's been a big part of my diet. Right? I've been having it for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner all week. No. I don't know if you know this guy, Levi Roots, but he's quite a well-known Jamaican chef over here. Now, he's made me salt fish and yam curry, jerk chicken and roast yam, even fillet steak and yam peppered sauce.
Yeah, very nice. See, I, on the other hand, Usain, have helped myself to the food of the gods. Chicken nuggets for breakfast, lunch and dinner, because I heard that leading up to the Beijing Olympics, you ate them every single day. How many could you put away?
It was a lot.
Do you want one now?
No, I'm trying to avoid it. My coach has really been pressuring me about staying away from fast food.
These are bad.
Yeah.
This is good. This is bad.
Let's not go into the usual value.
I've had them all week.
This, right, there's about, it's 20 of them in there. That's roughly...
You don't put your fingers on them.
That's basically all the fat an adult should eat in 24 hours, basically, in there, and about half the calories an adult should eat in just 20 of those. So bad, good.
Steve?
That's it, basically.
I thought my trousers were...
When you start to get tired, that's how it feels.
Man.
Yeah, when you start to get tired, all of a sudden the finish line is like it keeps going back 10 meters every time.
Well, listen, I can't believe we're saying this, but we're going to try this again with you here.
Really?
So we're going to run again live later on to see if we can then improve on the times that we did with our normal diets, having eaten yam and chicken for the past week.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Have a nibble before we
My prediction
anyway.
is yes, no, based on the nutritional value.
Oh,
Very shy.
don't listen to him. Chicken nuggets works for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah.
My money's on you.
Good. Well, we'll find out now. It's fair to say that as a nation, we do like to complain when we've paid. Wow. Just unbelievable. And, I mean, the thing that really makes it more impressive is the fact that before, I mean, that wasn't Beijing, but before Beijing, you hadn't really been training, had you, for 100 metres for that long?
No. Before Beijing, I was always a 200-meter runner.
People may expect, in your new autobiography, you talk about different races, and you talk about them in such immense detail that it sounds like it takes a lifetime for you to run them. I mean, when you're doing it, though, do you go through all those different stages that you've described?
In my head, yes, definitely. I always do think about everything that I do. I always try to worry about my start, which is always my problem. And when I come on my dry phase, I always want to know where I'm at in a race. If I need to run faster, what I need to work on. When I come from my dry phase now, I tend to look around all the time. Keep looking around, and decide that, do I need to go faster? Depends on the race. If it's a world championship race, I'm going to always run fast, or Olympic race. But if it's just a league race, I may decide not to run as fast, slow down maybe. So it all determines. But it goes quickly, but in my mind, I break it down. Yeah, exactly.
Now, in most people's autobiographies, they start, you know, at the very start of their life and work through it. But you start with this car crash. I mean, why did you decide to start with that? I mean, obviously, it could have been life-changing.
For me, it was life-changing for me. I remember after the accident and I came out and I really had time to sit and reflect on what just happened. I was sitting down and I was like, I came out of this car crash with not even a scratch. I could have broken my leg, I could have died, I could have broken my arm, nothing. My career could have ended. And I decided at that moment that I was put on this earth to run and to inspire young kids and to inspire people to really do their best in whatever they're doing.
Because you were well into your career at that time. It wasn't as if you had the car accident when you were younger.
So for me, that was really got me motivated. So every year now, I always remind myself, when I get injured, I always remind myself that I've been through worse and just continue pushing on.
Okay. And let's look then at how you became this fantastic athlete that you are, because you grew up in a place, it's got a lovely name, Brian. It's called Sherwood Content, isn't it? So was it a happy upbringing? Were your parents quite pushy when it came to running?
No, surprisingly, my parents just supported me through everything. They really just loved me, and my dad was really into sport. My mom wasn't so much, but she supported me through everything. I'm an only child from my mom, so she really spoiled me. My dad was just the strict one who make sure I did everything, make sure I went to training all the time and stuff like that. So, but it was fun growing up.
And they obviously recognised, because you were a very kind of fidgety young lad, weren't you? You wouldn't sit still.
Yeah, starting out, I wouldn't sit still. My mom, when I grew up, they were telling me that I was climbing everything, I was all over the place. They had to take me to the doctor. And the doctor said, no, he's okay, he's just full of energy.
Are you still like that, though? Do you find it difficult to sit still?
No, surprisingly, no.
No, you're all right now.
I passed that stage, yeah.
What about you, Brian? Did you show promise in the world of athletics as a boy?
No.
No. Get some chicken nuggets down here.
That's a man, maybe.
But you're known as somebody quite confident on the track, you know, and somebody that we all think has got enough confidence. But actually, you have quite a lot of self-doubt secretly, don't you?
No, you have to be. The thing about me is that if I'm not in great shape, then I doubt myself. And that's how I always try to make sure throughout the season I try to push myself and make sure I get to the level which I want to be. Or else when you go in a race, you're like, oh God, I wonder if I'm in the best shape of my life. Am I going to do well? Then you start doubting yourself. So that's the key thing, is always just to make sure you're in the best shape that you can be. And
you say there that a shape that I'm happy with. Do you feel the pressure of expectation? Because I mean, when you walk out there, everybody's like, oh, here he goes, it's going to watch this, stand back.
He's going to nail it.
And I mean, how do you cope with that expectation?
No, for me, I want the same thing, really. That's how I look at it. People want you to do great things. They expect you to do great things. When I go out there, I expect myself to do great things. So this is the pressure of myself, is not anybody else. I'm focused on what I want. I know what I'm capable of, and if I go out there and I do 100%, I feel good about myself. Even if I lose, I'm always happy as long as I do my best, because that's the best that I can give.
Yeah. Well, all the stories and the tips for any aspiring athletes are all in the book, aren't they?
Fast as lightning. Now, it's time to meet the first of our Britain's fastest guests.
Yes. Now, nice and slow, tell everybody what your name is.
I'm not really a complainer, but I've complained the other day with David Moyes when the window was closing for the transfer.
Oh, really? On United?
I made an Instagram video saying he should get a creative midfielder because it was getting kind of late and he was taking his good time, so I didn't like that very much.
Are you happy with Fellaini?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you happy?
And at the last minute, yeah. I watched him play yesterday. It was good. He played a defensive midfield role, so he played pretty well.
We've got to stop talking about football now.
So on Twitter, the new craze is what th're calling bashtags. Instead of the hashtag, they turn into bashtags.